right, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Good to see you. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a Forex trader here to help you understand the market from an Elliott Wave perspective. Hope you guys are well. Just chilling out here on Sunday night with you. We got a Bitcoin fake out potential on the charts. I'm going to show you what I mean by that in the title, clickbait. Yeah, it's a little clickbaity, but you know, you got to get everybody interested. So what's the fake out? It's not really clickbait. I'm going to deliver on that right here in the first 30 minutes. So you watch the analysis and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But don't confuse anything I say tonight with financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy looking at the charts with you on Sunday nights here, living in the state of misery. And having some fun with you guys. I got my coffee. I got my chill, the market always comes back mug. I got my chill, the market always comes back t-shirt. And ready to rock. You say, hey, Jim, I want one of those chill, the market always comes back shirts. Yeah, well, you go to, I think there's a link in the description to a bonfire thing. If you want a shirt, go grab one. They're expensive, guys. I know, I don't, you know, so don't feel pressured. But if you want one for fun, go grab it. I think there's a link. Let me know if the link's not there. I'll try to get you the link. I've also got a mug, and I got like several different t-shirt styles. I never mentioned this at all. Something I did a while back, and I just left the styles there. Anybody that finds it can go grab it. So yeah, if you want a t-shirt, if you like Jim of All Trades and you want to support the channel in some way and buy a really overly priced t-shirt or mug, go grab it. The mug's pretty cool. You can see it and check it out. Let me know if you got one or if you get one. I'd love to hear it from you. A shout out to you. All right, let me say hi to everybody that said hi to me, and we'll jump into the analysis. I will explain the title of the message, the title of the story. Alex says, I swear I won't foment the fake out. Okay. All right, good. Please don't, because if it's a fake out, then you definitely don't want to FOMO it for sure. What's up, Mr. Teabag? How you doing? You and your name, man. I'll tell you what. All right. What's up, Alex Olivi? Good to see you, man. I'm so glad to have you in the Discord, by the way. S. Joe Kogo. What's up, man? Good morning. Good morning to you. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Eddie Bo, my man. How are you, man? Thanks for saying hi to me, as you always do. I always appreciate you. I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. Got my my YouTube channel started. I almost got 100 subscribers in the first month of my other YouTube channel. You say, Jim, what other channel? I've got a channel called Show Us Christ. And if you want, I can pop a link in the Discord if you, I mean, not a link, but a link in the chat here. Or if you find it, pop the link in there. I don't know if I can find it quick for you on this channel. But yeah, if you want to be part of that channel, go subscribe if you're a believer. If you're not, you need to be a believer. Jesus is coming back one day, and you need to hear the good news that Christ died for your sins. He rose from the dead, and he's on his way back to return to gather us to himself, but he's going to judge the living and the dead. Those who are in Christ will hear, well done, good and faithful servants, while others will hear, depart from me. I never knew you. It's scary, scary, scary stuff. And stuff that's happening in your world right now is predicted in the Bible, guys. It is like told in advance so that we would not be deceived. And guys, crypto is a huge deceptive world. So anyway, with that said, I want you guys to know that truth, and that's why I started that channel, so I could make that truth known. So yeah, if you want to be a part of that, go support me with your subscription, and then maybe it'll bless you as you listen to the content of the message. I am a Christian first, guys. Trader comes way down low in the ranks of things. So anyway, all right. With that said, let me keep rocking and saying hi to everybody else. Real Rowboat, what's up? Maybe daylight savings time. Oh yeah, when is daylight savings time? Is that happening? When does that start? Is that next week? Is that already happened? Was that today and I didn't even realize it? I don't even know. When is daylight savings time? Yeah, let me know in the message. All right, guys. Well, I think I said hi to everybody else. Oh, it just happened. Yeah, I didn't even pay attention, guys. I totally spring forward, fall back. So yeah, we gained an hour, and I didn't even realize it. That's why I felt so good when I woke up this morning. I didn't set an alarm or nothing. I just woke up, and it was like 7:30 a.m. and I felt really good. But I think it was more like 8:30, what I was usually doing. So yeah, maybe that's it. So yeah, can I wait one more minute? Need to go up or no, up or down? Okay. All right. Here we go, guys. Thanks for being here. Hey, Keith. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, bud. Glad you're here as well. All right, let's jump into the analysis. All right, what's the fake out that I'm talking about? So what I'm seeing is a potential wave structure that is kind of, for me, confirmed more downside. At least it looks like it has. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So I see down in this chart. However, does that mean it's going down now? No. In fact, I'm seeing the fake out to the upside, potentially a move like that up to retake the top of this area. Look like it's getting ready to break out, and then a rug pull. That's kind of what I'm seeing as a potential in the chart. Now, I don't know the exact shape of this wave right here, but that's the general trajectory of the wave and the general destination of the wave, though I haven't drawn any shape to it. Why? Because it's impossible for me to know the shape, though I would expect this to be, when it's said and done, a three wave of some kind. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Now, it doesn't have to be. In fact, well, it could. Yeah, yes, it does. It doesn't have to be three waves. It could be. It could be five as well, and I'll show you how that could be as well. But anyway, so something like this, right? Some five-wave move that gets everybody excited to the upside, and then rug pull. And that's going to be the big deal, because then we got an impulse off the top, we got a three-wave pullback, and then we got a continuation. And that would be a big deal to the market. And that would set up for a very, very big fall. Now, is that definitely coming? No, I'm not. I'm not saying that I can't say that anything's definitely going to happen. What I'm doing here on this channel, guys, is applying Elliott wave theory to this market and showing you what the wave structures that I am seeing. In other words, I'm simply modeling Elliott wave theory to you in proper application of it. But Elliott wave doesn't pretend to know the future. We're not pretending anything, guys. We're getting ready for the future, and we're looking at this current wave structure and asking the question, if this wave structure is A, then what does B equal, right? So if A, then B, right? So if this, then that. So if this is the case, if I'm interpreting this wave properly, what direction is it pointing? Well, let's start by the simple questions first. I'm talking a lot, and I'm going to probably have to take a break here in just a minute just to get a rest. But let me keep rocking. So what am I saying? I'm saying that this right here looks three waves, okay? We got a five-wave move to the downside that kind of took out that level. It appears... Right now, it appears that this could be a finished three waves, and we could be heading to the downside. That's a way to interpret this. So that means this wave that we're seeing could be part of a three-wave pullback like that, and then rock on to the downside like that. So a fake out to the upside might be short-lived and small like that. Okay, that's one way to interpret what we see. That what you're seeing right here is a finished, let's call it a finished A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that count right there, and I'll tell you why I'm not a fan of that count. Because this wave, what I've labeled as a B wave, looks like an impulse wave. It doesn't look like a corrective wave. So I don't like ABC there. So, well, how else should I say it? Well, I could call it three waves, and I could say this is three, this is three, and that's five. That stays faithful to this C wave as being five. And what that does is give you an intermediate wave between a W. That intermediate wave is your X wave, and this is a Y wave. That's, to me, a better way to interpret this wave, okay? That's a WXY, which means it could be finished. That's all. That is a retrace to the 50% retrace of this wave as an impulse wave all the way down here. Boom. You'll see that we've come to the 50% retrace of the wave from top to bottom with a three-wave shape. Now, what I know Bitcoin likes to do is complex things very often. In other words, this is what we would call, even though it's a double correction, it is more of a simple looking structure on the higher time frames. This looks like three waves and then it's done. But what if this turns into a complex correction? What could this complex correction be? Okay. Hey, Xavier and Daniel, welcome to the channel, guys. Glad you're here. And I'm just going to keep going with my thoughts, but I wanted to acknowledge your presence and let you know that I love you and I'm glad you're here. So welcome. All right. Anyway, So if this gets complex, what could happen and how do we interpret it? Okay, let's talk about it. What if? Let me get a little bit more complex on you now. What if this is a 3? Come on. What if this is a 3, and a 5? And that's the way we interpret everything up to this point, okay? Now, I'm not a huge fan of that either for the reasons I told you that this looks like an impulse wave, but let's just, for the sake of argument, that's what that is. And then what we have here is an A, B, and a C wave right there in and of itself. Now I have a and a B, and now I'm looking for a C wave. Let's see how much it retraced itself. All right, from beginning to here to end to there. Where did it retrace? It retraced well beyond the 1-to-1. So, in other words, this came back well beyond the 1-to-1 extension. If we're putting the A wave there, actually, yes. So that's A, that's B. We could be getting a C wave. So we're looking at this. This is A to here. It's a flat. This is a B, and it's a flat. We're looking for C, which should be a spike. And that spike could get fast and furious, okay? This could be a 1 and a 2. Now we got a 1-2 working, and we're going to get 3, 4, 5, and it's getting ready to go up fast and furious, okay? But all that's going to be, if it goes up there fast and furious, is just a big old flat, followed by a rug pull, guys, back down to the downside. So that's kind of a fake out that could also play, okay? Anthony, I'd love to have you in there, man. But I'm glad you've been watching for 5 years. That's a long time, man. We'd love to get to know you personally. Come on in. We got a good group, and I'd love to add you to it, man. Come on in. And some of you too, guys, are trying to learn to trade. I've been kind of trying to devote some of my time to mentorship, and I've got right now I'm working with 3 guys, and just and you guys know who you are. I love working with you guys, love spending time getting to know you. But if there's any of you out there just wanting a one-on-one mentorship, you want to learn how to trade, you need to overcome your fear, hope, and greed, and you just need to get a right psychology of trading. That's what this is designed to do. I'd love to help you out. I've got a 3rd tier in my Patreon designed just for that. It's not high dollar for what I give you, but it's a higher dollar tier. You can look at it. It's basically a mentorship that lasts 1 month, and I recommend 1 to 2 months just to get your brain straight as a trader. It'll save you all kinds of money. If you want some information about that, just let me know, and I'll be glad to get you as much information and talk to you about that. You can email me at jimofalltrades7@gmail.com, jimofalltrades7@gmail.com. Okay. All right, with that said, let me just keep rocking. So this could be some kind of really ugly flat, and that's really complex, but that could be what we're expecting. So if I'm right in that interpretation, we're expecting a big move to the upside. Now, that doesn't mean it has to happen. What I'm saying is that if my interpretation of these waves is correct, and that is one way to look at what we're seeing here. Let me offer another idea for what these waves are. My primary way I'm counting this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 waves. That's an impulse wave. Now, my secondary wave is, okay, I've got A, B, C. Actually, that shouldn't be A, B, C. Let's try that again. It should be W, X, Y. W, X, Y right there. Okay, so that's W, X, Y. So now what's going on? What's happening? Well, this could be 3 waves in and of itself, and that's just 3 waves. It's ugly, it's nasty, but it's 3 waves, and that could be a connector to some other 3-wave move to the upside. Again, this count doubles up this correction, gets to higher targets, and not necessarily where I drew it, but it could go up that high. It could go up, as high as it wants to. Ideally, not breaking the high, but it could if it wanted to, and still be corrective in our world, because this could be a flat right here, boom, and this could be 3 waves taking out the high. Again, taking it out in 3 waves, though. Take it out in 3. We took out the high here in 3 waves, take it out in 3, and then the biggest dump you've ever seen in your life. It'll be a much larger flat, a much larger corrective structure. So again, fake out to the high and then dump it. So again, that's on the table as well. So when I say in my title, I think a Bitcoin fake out is potentially near very close, that's what I'm talking about. That those are several counts that take us up Doesn't have to take out the high, but it could take out the high, okay? Yeah, Anthony, I have a complete course about, I think, 8 or 10 videos in Elliott, and all you need to know about Elliott Wave. I just break it down, boil it down to what you need in order to trade Elliott. All the basic rules and the understandings. It's not too deep. It's well presented, so it's simple and easy to grab. So yeah, if you want that course, that's part of the basic tier. I think the $40 level, you get all the community, and then you get access to all my training videos as well. But if you want one-on-one training, I don't recommend that for learning Elliott, because I expect you to come. I don't want to teach you Elliott in one-on-one. I expect you to come with that knowledge, or at least understand that that's not what I'm teaching in the mentorship. I'm mainly training your mind to be a trader. In other words, I spend a month trying to train your psychology. It's a boot camp of sorts, getting your psychology in the right state of mind to trade, because most of the people losing money, it's not because your strategy sucks or you have bad TA. Your problem is your psychology, and you just need somebody to help you preach the truth to you that you know is true, and then hold you accountable to it and practice trading with you so that you exercise good psychology. That's what the mentorship is for. So as for those of you guys know you can trade, but you're just stuck in a mental state that's not good for trading. You're FOMOing in, and you get caught in positions. You're losing a ton of money because you can't seem to get your head straight. That's what I can help you do. I'm expert at that. So if I can help you in that area, please, please, please go join my tier 3 and my Patreon. I only have a couple more room for a couple more guys before I'm going to be maxed out in what I can do for the month. So if you want to come join, come on. First come, first serve. All right. All right. With that said, again, no pressure. I'm not a salesman. I'm not trying to sell you. I'm just letting you know what it is and what I'm offering you guys. And again, really, I'm not trying to sell you. It's not my heart here. All right. So did I go too fast? You need me to recap those trade ideas? Because I did go really fast. So where are we sitting here, guys, with what I've offered you? I've offered you like 3 or 4 different wave counts of this thing. That means that this wave structure is complex. It is not simple. It could be simple, but I'm offering the complex ideas, and there's others that I could share. But basically, and in fact, here's a simple one yet complex at the same time. Here's let's just call that ABC, and that's a connector. Okay, and we're going to say that's a connector between a larger structure. Where is it? Right there, where you have boom, boom, and then boom, right there. That's the basic argument, okay, for this being 3 waves. Now, this could come up here to the 618 or the 786 or the 90%, or even take the high out. It could do any number of things, right? But nevertheless, we're looking for this shape, and then still looking for downside momentum afterwards, and this puts in a top. Okay, that would put in a top. And that's how this structure right here could be the top of Bitcoin. Okay, and then getting ready to start our multi-year bear market, which I've been calling for quite a while now, or at least saying, hey, is hypothetical. So anyway, how are y'all doing? I didn't get any feedback here. Am I going too fast? You doing okay? Do you understand what I'm putting down? Do I need to go slower? Do I need to explain some of this? Come on, let me know, because I've pretty much presented all my ideas very quickly. Do you want to just go work on the small time frame now? What do we want to do? How do we want to spend the rest of our time? Because I really tried to get the information to you as fast and furious as I possibly could. What's left for me to look at the small time frame, do some correlation analysis with Ethereum and XRP, and then look at traditional markets. Those are the next things I need to do, and then finally take your requests. So where do you want to go from here, guys? Let me know in the comments while I take a sip of drink and rest my mouth. Do we need to spend some more time here understanding these wave principles up here? Anybody? Anyone? Bueller, anyone? Alexandra Olivier says, let's do the small time frame. Okay, we can. Anybody else? Any other votes? What do we want to do? All right, small time frame it is, my man. Small time frame it is. All right, what's Bitcoin doing? What's happening here? Okay, So when I look at what's happening on the chart, how do I count what's going on? Okay, first off, what I see is I see two waves that are connected. Okay, here's now I could be wrong, but here's what I see. This jumps out at me right there as a connector between that wave and that wave, because they resemble the same size. So when I measure those waves, boom, from there. The only problem is we did not come up to the 786 or the 1-to-1. So looking at that wave, I'm thinking, that falls short. So I don't like the way that's related. So how else could that be related? Let's look other ways here. How do we understand this? I look at this wave and say, okay, there's 3. That could be 3. This could be 3. That's 3. You want to see how that's 3? That's so easy. That's 3. There's a connector wave, and then there's 3 more. So what's that doing? So ordinarily, I would see 3 there and then 3 there that took the high. I'd be looking for 5, but I haven't gotten 5. I got this 3-way pullback. So maybe something like this. Taking the low and then 1 more to the high. Maybe something like that. Now, I don't know that that's necessary, but that could be. In fact, this could go up so fast and furious, it could come down here, take that low out, and then go up fast and furious, where it creates, right there, there's your, oh, come on. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. All right, there it creates that WXY expectation where, look, W, there's X, and then we got a flat Y. Boom. But again, what that does, it fakes out the continuation to the downside and then shoots up to the upside really fast and furious, getting everybody freaking out. Oh, here we go. And then the rug pull. Much like this wave did. Went up, came back in 3 waves, and then it went up fast and furious and then rug pull. Now, that could be done. 3, 3, 5. That might be finished. But my problem here, let me offer some other suggestions here. There's another possibility here. My problem here is that, here's the bullish count where that's ABC. And so what you got going on here, this is a 1 wave, 1, 2 right there, and it's finished. Maybe finished. And then we're going up now. This is a 1-2 of some kind. So it's going to just correct and then go up, 3, 4, 5, right? And just go up impulsively. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. So that is a bullish look at it. So in that case, I'm looking at this wave as 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A leading diagonal with some kind of ugly ABC pullback, right? This comes down fast and furious, does not take that low, and then you got a 1-2 on your hands. Looking for upside. Any way you slice it, guys, I keep coming to the same conclusion. It seems, though it doesn't have to, guys, this thing could totally dump right here and just go, okay? It doesn't have to come hit that high again. It doesn't have to. This pullback right here could be 3, and that's all you get. And we might be ready to go. This could come up here and then go or just go. So just because I'm pointing to the upside doesn't mean it has to go up. But, man, I keep looking at it, and very common wave structure says, hey, this has a real chance of going up. That's why we do correlation analysis. We look at multiple charts and say, okay, what are all the charts saying? And are they rhyming? Is my analysis rhyming? So let's look at Ethereum and just do some correlation analysis here. I was expecting that move. Alex Olivi, listen, man, said no one ever that Jim is so bullish. Anybody should be that's been around. I'm kind of I'm a perma bear, really. Not real. That's not true, but I got bullish. I got really bullish at 20K, guys. When Bitcoin was down at 20K, I was screaming. I was a flaming bull, man. But I wasn't as bullish around 45 to 50. When it got to 45 or 50, I was like, okay, it's time for a pullback here. So the fact that it went straight up to 100K, I don't know that that wasn't a move I was thinking about. I was thinking about other wave structure, but it wasn't in my realm of impossibility. All right, so here's a scenario that I can see here on Ethereum. So let's just look at Ethereum quick and just kind of understand what's going on here. So one thing I didn't like about Ethereum is that this didn't feel finished. I felt like we needed to come down here, finish that, and then go. So we could get a hit to the low. That kind of move would correlate with this kind of move down. Whether this comes down, boom, and then goes up, or comes down and takes that low and goes up. Either way, a move like this correlates with Ethereum. Now, could this just come down right here and then start and be a wave 2? Yes. And then, so do we have to take this low? No, I just felt like we could and should, right? But do we have to? No. From an Elliott standpoint, no. This could be the first wave, right? But this could also just kind of come on down, take the low. And I like that move because this never felt like never gave me the finished feel to it, right? So that's one reason why I kind of like that. So let's look at this right there. Boom, boom. Target zones, I would expect maybe a hit right down here to 36.24. And if it wants to get, I like that target, the 1-to-1. But here's the thing. Yeah, what if it comes down to the 1-to-1, comes up, makes a flat, boom, and then heads on down? Ooh, that would be nasty. But that would correlate with what we're seeing in Bitcoin. Down, hit the low, pop up, take out the highs, could go even higher like that, and then all of a sudden, you've got a series of 1-2s on your hands. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and here we go, right? Or this could be a big 2. In other words, we're revving up for a major move to the downside. Could that be a leading diag? Maybe. Is that a possibility? Is that a leading diag? Ooh, how many of you saw that and thought maybe that's a leading diag for Ethereum to the downside? Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. Diag. Possible. Then what do we got? Some kind of A, some kind of B, some kind of C. Fake out to the upside like I'm calling for. Down we go. That's one thing I don't get into 4-star is time cycle. Now, Kimosabi, my moderator, who's not here, who's usually here, but he's got a good channel and he deals with time. He loves to look into time cycles through Gann theory. So if you're interested in that, definitely watch Chemo stuff. Oh, good. Glad you watched it. I like Kimosabi's a good dude. He came to my channel to learn an Elliott Wave, and so basically I gave him his Elliott piece of his knowledge. But he came with other knowledge prior to me, and he likes to get a well-rounded view of the way to look at the chart. That's why I love that dude, because he's balanced and good. Yeah, he probably just does what he's not out to make a big channel and have a bunch of, I think he's just putting his ideas out there for fun. I don't think he's really too into growth or anything, which I'm not anymore either. I used to try to grow the channel. I got up to 10,000 subscribers and just and I've just kind of stayed there for a while. I don't make videos anymore. I just do this live stream every Sunday, and y'all still love it, so that's why I keep doing it. I have a hard time stopping, though. I really want to put my energy into my Bible channel, which takes a lot more effort and energy, and I really care about how those videos come across. So it takes a lot more energy out of me to do that. But yeah, I want that channel to grow because I want the Word of God to spread. All right, getting a bit of a dump here, guys. Let's check out on XRP. Yeah, I'll take a peek at Intel in just a bit. Finally getting the move down I've been looking for. See now, XRP looks about finished, right? So what am I looking at here? I'm looking at could be finished. So I'm looking at that as your W wave, and then an X wave, and then a Y. We just hit the 1-to-1 extension. This is small time frame stuff, guys. Very small time frame. The 618 retrace is a little further down. Do we come down and hit it? I don't know. I don't know if we do or not. But the dump that we just got is it's a pretty decent target for a finished 3-wave correction. Potentially finished. Let me take a minute here. We've come into my target zone. I want to go ahead and take it a profit. Because we reached my target zone. Close. There it is. Closed. Okay. It could keep going down all it wants to, but I took my profit because that's what I do. That's what I do, y'all. All right. That was the trade I was looking for this weekend. Now I look for another trade. Okay. Because there's always another trade, guys. There's always another trade. You don't have to try to soak up every dollar of every trade. Yeah, Keith, I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, so basically what I'm seeing in all the charts here, guys, is this hit to the low that we just got. Is it done, or is this going to go down more? In other words, this XRP chart could tank here and come down here. And then all of a sudden you got this 3-wave move, right? That could come up here. So if we get a dump here, which is possible, right? We could totally get a dump here. All the charts are kind of calling for a bit of a dump here, but not forever. Not forever, just down here. And then maybe a move back to the upside. And so that fake out right there is what I'm talking about. And I'm kind of seeing that correlating. Let's see if it happens. I don't know if it will or not, but I think it's a nice possible probability. Okay? Looking for a kind of a larger 3-wave move on XRP back to the upside, but eventually this to roll over and come on down. Could we come up here and take out some liquidity first? Yep, you better believe we could. So watch out for a move like that setting up here. So I'm seeing a potential for a hit to the high here before we dump. So in other words, looking at the monthly chart, let's just take a minute, look at the monthly chart, and you'll get an idea here. Okay, the monthly close pretty bearish, but we didn't close below the last open, right? So we closed in the middle of the previous candle. So we got kind of an indecision candle. So this candle for the first part of November could turn real bullish and start getting green and coming up here, right? But by the end of the month, it turns red and starts coming real low, and then all of a sudden December becomes bearish, and then into 2026. It's just so, but we stay up in these ranges between November and December. So the year can close out really bullish, right? But with a wick. And then next year, the yearly candle. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. Probably Christmas or after Christmas, into next year dumpage overall. So we'll see what happens. We know we're coming into some really crazy crap in the market right now. So we'll have to see how it plays out. We'll just keep track of the wave structure every week. All right. So let's just take a peek at gold and silver. We got some pullbacks in gold and silver. So let's take a peek at silver. I'm not really worried about that pullback, guys. It was a nice correction because this thing was going like straight. I mean, come on. Straight up. It needed a bit of retrace. So this could turn into 3 waves back down to $40 or so and then continue on. Or it could just continue on from here. It just depends on what's going to happen in the charts. But this pullback is healthy and needed. I'm not worried about it at all. I don't think we've topped in silver at all. I don't think silver has reached a top. But I do see there a need for a healthy 3-wave pullback that could bring prices back down to about $32 even, back down to here if it wants to come before we get another pump. So that might be a pullback over the next couple of years, right? But ready to, towards the end of the decade, really start flying like majorly towards the end. Maybe. Or if this thing wants to keep pumping, it certainly can. But I'm still very bullish on silver. This wave is going to go. I think the pullbacks will be very short-lived. And this thing is ready to fly. Looking at gold here. Weekly chart. I mean, just look at that, guy. Look at that chart, guys. That's crazy. So, yeah, is it just going to go straight up forever? No. It needs pullbacks, right? And those pullbacks need to form corrective structures, right? So we need those corrective structures. But, yeah, I'm seeing, gold on the rise. This is just the beginning. This is about over the next 5 years, gold is going to just soar and keep going up. Why? Because the dollar is losing its value, right? But healthy pullback here, totally possible and plausible and needed for the chart to continue. What's that pullback going to be like? I can't predict it, but don't have any divergence here at all, so this could keep rocking. But I maybe something like this, something like that would be nice. So we're talking like a pullback into half of 2026 before it starts going up again. So another half a year to a year correction, and then we continue climbing. We got plenty of time to look at gold and silver, but I just wanted to check in on gold and silver. Nothing about that wave structure says I'm done, but a pullback is likely. All right, what stocks, Eddie Bo? What stocks you trading? Let me check some of those for you. And let's see, 4-star. What'd you ask me to look at? Intel? Was it Intel that you want me to look at? Yeah, Intel. Let's look at Intel. Let's take a peek and look at Intel. Intel. On the NASDAQ. Well, yeah, Intel Corp on the NASDAQ. Okay, what are you asking me? You think it topped? Last 4 or 5. So when I look at this chart, I like to get the large time frame perspective first, right? So this is the 2-week chart. This is the monthly chart. So I'm looking here and thinking, okay, what do I got here? I got impulse off the top. So from year 2000 down to 2002, we had a major correction in Intel. And then we had this is a flat right there. That's a flat correction. So that, to me, I look at that and that's A, and this is B. that means a C is forming. Unless, and here's the thing, unless the B wave, this is what you have to consider, unless this B wave is complex, in which case this could pump and then dump. And that would be nasty. But that would be 3, 3, and then now we're getting 5 back to the upside. Nasty, nasty. But I'm seeing that as a possibility. And then, now I don't think it's going to come to 0. But I just drew it down to take this low out. But is that viable with inflation of the dollar? I don't know. Or deflation of the dollar, or however you want to say it. With the dollar losing its value, it would seem that Intel is just going to rise in price. So it's another way to interpret this wave. I don't mind this. If I look at this as 3, I could see that as a connector. So I got 3 here, connector wave, and this could be part of a 3-wave system that comes on down. And then this would have to be an A wave right there, where that's 3 waves, and this is B, 3, and then I get C, or actually W. This is a W wave. This is X, and this becomes Y. Setting up for a big move in the future. So yeah, I can see that. I could see that. Would it rise up to here only to fall down to there? Yeah. While I see that in crypto a lot, I don't know how likely that is in the NASDAQ. So yeah, I don't mind a hit to the low. Let's look on the 8 hour and see what this wave structure is. Yeah, we got divergence down here on the 8 hour. Could be done. A, B, and C, but it could also need one more wave like that. Some kind of weird top right here to play out before down. But you're at a perfect area to think about shorting it. Think about it. But I'm seeing this as a 1-2 because I got 3, 3. Now I need 5. Only if you spell 2 right, Keith. Only if you spell 2 right. So yeah, I would count that wave in the larger system as A, B, C. There's your connector. And now we got another A, B isn't finished, C. And so let's get on the 2-day chart. There we go. That's a WXY. So let's channel that and see what it does. Well, I was waiting, Keith, because I was waiting for you to fix it because you know. There it is. From the top of the first wave to the top of the X wave, and it's channeling perfectly. So yeah, this is probably going to play here and then boom. Let's look at the wave structure as far as the fibs are concerned. See target zone. $7. Alex. I'm glad my slogan helped you. I swear I won't FOMO. Let me ask you a question. How many guys have actually benefited from my making you swear you weren't going to FOMO at the top? Anybody? Did I help anybody? I want to know. I need to feel good about myself tonight. Let me know if I helped you. That'll give me a feel good. So if I protected you from FOMOing in at the top of a wave, I'd love to hear about that. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm seeing. Well, be careful that short could get retested. So now just keep in mind that don't make it so 4-star. It could still go up and totally invalidate all the Elliott that we have. Okay, so just remember, market gets to do whatever it wants to do. But that's kind of the way I'm seeing it if I apply pure Elliott to it. Okay. All right. Let's look at Link for Keith because he did correct his 2. Do you know that Christina Cham was my student? Did you know that? She learned Elliott from me. I haven't talked to her in a long time. Is she still doing YouTube? What's her channel? If she is. I'd like to know. I'd like to visit and see how she's doing. Joe McCann. I don't know him. He's not ringing a bell, at least. Yeah. She was in my Telegram way back in the day when I was on Telegram, but I kind of got off of Telegram. Discord was better for a lot of reasons for me. Oh, I like Telegram a lot. I do. But I haven't been on Telegram in years. I ought to go check it out and see what's going on. Okay, let's look at Link. Yeah, so, Keith, I mean, you see it, don't you? You see that 3-wave move right there, right? So I don't get the sense that this is a 1-2-1-2 to the upside, though I imagine it could be, but it's a bit out of proportion, right? This 1-2 is not in proportion to that 1-2. Usually they're going to be about the same size, or the second 1-2 is usually smaller than the first. So I don't like this to the upside. I do like this coming down. Right? I like this coming down here. Let's finish a 3-wave move, and then let's go, right? My only problem is, what's the fake out here? So I imagine we could get, this move here and then down to match that move. We get a move like that and then down. But I can't guarantee that. I just think down is coming. So that's the 2-day chart. Let's look in the 4 hours, see what we can see. Yeah, I mean, this move right here, it just looks prime to pop, right? This looks ready. That looks like 3 waves. Now we got a 1, 2. I'm looking long, man. Is this ready to rock? But I don't know how long I'm looking. I just know I'm kind of looking long, then maybe short, then long. Okay, and then down we go. Why do I say that? Because, I mean, I'm looking at this like boom, boom, what's going to happen here? And then all of a sudden you got boom, 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 and then boom. You see it? What do you think, Keith? Let's see if you can catch up with me. So what's this doing? I see this, and they should be matching legs, and then that. Whether we go up and then down, hard to say. What if that's all we get? Boom, and then we go down. Then all of a sudden you got boom, boom, boom. I don't love that. It's not a triangle. It's not. It's not a triangle. Is that what you're going for? I know what you're going for, Camel. We have to get out of here. Stop saying it's a triangle. It's going down. It's going to go down. It's not a bear flag. It's not. Why you say bear flag? My fine trading companion, whose name I can't recall, it's not a triangle because it's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. Why would you say it's a triangle? You know, it would be really awesome to hear Christopher Walken do an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. Yay! It's not a triangle. Come on. I don't have anybody laughing with me. Y'all are no fun. This is classic. This is great Jim of all trades entertainment here, guys. This is classic. Well, wait a minute. Why did my viewership just decrease by everybody? Because he does a horrible Christopher Walken and a bad Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I give good TA. All right. I think I'm about done here, guys. Time to go. All right. It's been 2 hours. It's been 2 hours already? Yeah, dude. I started at 8. Oh, no, it's been 1 hour. I was like, oh. Yeah, it's been 1 hour. Okay. All right, guys. There's a link for you, man. Totally. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think that's a triangle. I mean, it's triangular, but I don't think it's a triangle. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it does feel like 2 hours. You don't know how hard it is to keep rolling. My TA's no match for Trump's tweets. Listen, I don't know anybody as great as I am at TA. Nobody does TA like I do TA. I'm the best. He's the best around. Name that movie, guys. Nothing's ever gonna keep him down. For all my 80s kids. Well, see, the government, when's the U.S. government reopening? Yeah, good question. It ain't, because what they're doing is they're going to make everybody feel the pain. So they're going to bring an economic. They're gonna make everybody who's on food stamps or whatever feel the pain of that, and then cause social chaos right coming in here to Christmas. So yeah, I think they're doing that on purpose, right? So they can blame that on Trump and whatnot. Or of course, I don't care if they blame it on Trump. That guy ain't here to help us. He's part of the cabal. He's part of the New World Order people. So he's just doing his thing, guys. And I know. Listen, you're talking to a guy. You're talking me. I'm the guy. I voted for Trump 3 times, but man, when I see what he's doing right now, he ain't our friend, and he ain't on our side. And it's not some 3D chess he's playing. That's a big line of baloney. Don't fall for that stuff, guys. It ain't 3D chess he's playing. He ain't on our side. He ain't a friend. Trust me, time will tell, and it'll become clear. So just be ready and be warned. But yeah, I think they're doing this on purpose. As far as the government shutdown, it's all a show. It's all them doing their thing to bring economic hardship right here at Christmas time, especially Thanksgiving and Christmas time. And it's just the beginning of sorrows, probably. Because guys, I do think there's a market collapse coming. I think there's a crypto winter coming. I think there's a death of the dollar coming. I think there's really, really hard times coming around the corner. It's going to be setting up the beast system, the system of the Antichrist and the beast, where you can neither buy nor sell unless you take his mark. That means they can shut your account down very easily, because everything will need to be digital. So we are living on the precipice of the beast system that's being set up. Of course, the beast hasn't revealed himself yet. The Antichrist hasn't revealed himself, but he will. And basically, it's probably going to be some kind of alien of some kind, or appear this way. It'll be demonic in nature, but it'll be some kind. My theory is that it's going to be some kind of alien invasion, or alien showing up here, proclaiming to be our, the origin of life on Earth. That this alien species, they're the ones responsible for planting life on Earth. And they're just setting up the system right now so they can control your money, and anybody that would speak out against, because basically in 2 Thessalonians, the Bible says that the Antichrist is going to set himself up over and against every other so-called God. So yeah, there's some truth in that, Camel. But anyway, yeah, there's going to be some major to shift economic systems. you have to have calamity and people crying to the government for help, right? So basically, they got to bring the calamity to the American people, in particular, as from American standpoint. The people have to be screaming to the government for help, so that the government can come in and say, "Okay, we got the solution. We're going to set up your." We're going to set up your go to crypto.gov and set up your new digital wallet. We're going to put some money in there, and we'll get this economy moving, and we'll take care of all your needs. Here it goes. And so everything's going to move over to digital like that, because the American people are going to be crying for help. So that's what I see coming, and that means they got to bring the problem first. So problem, reaction, solution. That's the order of things. They're going to bring these problems. They're going to bring it, and I see the government shutdown as just the beginning of that, probably. So guys, we got hard times coming, guys. So just be prepared, be understanding, and listen. You want to know what's going to happen in the future? Read in your Bible Matthew 24, and read 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and 2. All right, Matthew 24, 2 Thessalonians 1 and 2. If you want to do a little Bible reading, those are two good places to read. Matthew 24 and chapter 25. Read both chapters. That's Jesus' answer to the question, what's the end of the world going to look like? What's it going to be like? What's the sign of his coming? And the 2 Thessalonians is just Paul's plain English about what the last days will be like prior to the coming of Jesus. So you read it, and you see if it ain't true and what's going on is setting up. Then you can read in Philippians chapter 3 what the world's going to be like in the last days. Perilous times will come. Paul lays out what that's going to look like as well. All right. So anyway, the Bible talks about future things, guys, not just in Revelation. And that's why you've got to understand, where does crypto stand? Where does crypto fall in line with what's being set up? At the end of the day, we're being set up. This is I think Bitcoin is the big Trojan horse to bring in the digital age, or the beast system, where they have complete control over you. It's packaged in decentralization, right? It's packaged in liberty, so you can buy or sell, and you don't have to have a centralized currency, but they're going to take control over that digital concept. All they're doing is creating some value out of nothing. They're creating digital gold so that you believe there's value in it, even though there's no inherent value in it. They've created the value because on paper it says it's valuable, right? Because you guys actually have tangible money when you buy and sell Bitcoin. When you buy it low and it's gone up, it has outperformed every other asset class in every other market. So there's nothing that beats it. But all that is just priming you to believe that there's inherent value in something that doesn't have any value, right? So that people take on the belief system and they can transfer their belief because all money is, or when we say fiat money, is designed. It's all based on what people believe is valuable. It's all what you think is valuable. And so as soon as the belief in the value of the U.S. dollar completely dies, when people's belief in the dollar dies, then the dollar will fall, right? And a new financial system will rise, and that's why they're printing money left and right, to undermine the very faith promise of what the dollar offers, to undermine that, so that nobody has the faith in it anymore. There's two words I'm looking for: faith and something. Somebody finish that sentence. Faith and something. Something we use. It's a term that's well used. So anyway, that's what's happening right before your eyes, and that's where crypto lies. So don't be surprised if you see a major crypto winter in which all of crypto, or most of crypto as you know it, dies, it fails, and all of a sudden your accounts are worthless, because it's really, and they just basically take all your money by creating, it becomes worthless, right? And there's a major sell-off, and it never comes back. Everybody buys the dip, and it never comes back. And then all of a sudden, the real value comes in the form of CBDCs or digital US dollars and digital yuans and things of that nature, that all this current crypto marketplace is just really getting people to believe in the system, but really they're building another system that's not going to be even close to what we think it's going to be. So that's kind of my conspiracy mind thing, the way I'm thinking about things. Because guys, are they really going to let you have anything? Is that what these men allow, do? Do they ever let you have anything? No, they don't. They take it from you. It's a matter of wealth transfer. They're not going to let you have anything. And so anyway, I'm looking for the worst. I'm not just trying to scare you. I'm not trying to preach FUD here. I'm just saying, hey, be careful here, guys. We're living in biblical days, and it's bigger than you think it is. So time is running out. I don't know how much longer we have, but time is running out. There is a great deception that you guys are not going to be able to escape if you're not prepared for it. There is a deception coming that you guys will not be able to escape if you're not prepared for it. So be very, very, very careful. If any of you are interested, I can take a minute right now. It's a perfect time. It's my podcast. I can do whatever I want to do. It's my party, and I can cry if I want to, right? But if anybody would like, I can show you where that is right now on the screen in the Bible. I can just show you very quickly that scripture text. If one person says they want to see it, I'm going to take a minute and do it, even if everybody leaves. But I hope you don't, because you need to be warned in advance of the great deception that's coming. Anybody interested? Let me know in the chat, and I'll do it. But I want to see some interest if anybody's interested. I'll let you guys catch up to me. All right, I got one. Let's see if I can get my Bible on the screen. Keith says yes. Okay, cool. All right. Are you guys able to see? I don't think you can. Okay, so we're gonna have to pull it up a different way here, guys. So I was hoping. Oh wait a minute. Oh yeah, there it is. Perfect. Yeah, you can. So you can. Can you guys see the Bible? My Bible app there. All right, let's go to 2 Thessalonians. You'll see it real quick here. It's chapter 2. So 2 Thessalonians 1. Let me know first that y'all can see. I'm pretty sure y'all can see my Bible app here. It's eSword. Somebody mentioned, yes, you can see it. I think you guys are behind me several seconds. Okay, in 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, here's what it says. This is the evidence of the righteous judgment of God, that you may be considered worthy of the kingdom of God for which you're suffering. So Paul is writing to the Thessalonians who are suffering for the kingdom of God. And he says, listen, there's a righteous judgment of God coming, and he's trying to encourage suffering people. That's the context of this letter. It's a letter written to those living in Thessalonica. Okay, so what he's going to do is encourage them to be steadfast, even though they're suffering, because he's going to point them to the end of that suffering. And when does it come? He says, since indeed God considers it just to repay with affliction those who afflict you. So God, those who are afflicting the ones in Thessalonica, Paul's like, listen, leave it to the righteous judgment of God. He will take care of the affliction. You just continue in the faith, firm and steadfast. God will repay them with affliction. Okay, and when is he going to do that? So there's a time coming when Jesus will return and grant relief. He says, look what he says in chapter 1 verse 7. He says, and he's going to grant relief to you who are afflicted, as well as to us, when the Lord Jesus is revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. So there's a time coming when Jesus is going to be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. And how is he coming? I know a lot of you believe there's going to be a secret coming of Jesus, but that's not what Paul is talking about here at all. In fact, that's not the way the Bible describes his coming, because when Jesus comes, he's going to come in flaming fire, inflicting vengeance. So the relief of Christian suffering comes at the coming of Jesus, when he comes in flaming fire, inflicting vengeance to judge righteously. All that happens in one event. It's not happening in multiple events. It's not some secret rapture and then 7 years waiting and then Jesus comes. He's going to do it all in the same event. I know that's to some of you that might be new or difficult to understand because you've been taught differently, but there it is. Anyway, moving on, he says he's going to grant relief to those of you who are afflicted when Jesus is revealed from heaven with his mighty angels, in flaming fire, inflicting vengeance on those who do not know God and on those who do not obey the gospel of Jesus. Okay, he warns them. He warns they will suffer the punishment of eternal destruction away from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his might when he comes on that day to be glorified in the saints and to be marveled at by all who have believed, because our testimony to you was believed. So Paul's encouraging people here. He says in chapter 2, he goes on to say, but I don't want you now concerning the coming of our Lord Jesus and our being gathered to him. We ask you, brothers, don't be quickly shaken in mind or alarmed, right? Either by spirit or by spoken word, or a letter seeming to be from us to the effect that the day of the Lord has come. Let no one deceive you. So he's saying, listen, don't think that you've missed the resurrection, because evidently somebody had fooled him and said, hey, you missed the resurrection. Paul is making it clear, you ain't missed nothing. Don't let anybody deceive you in that way. For the day, the resurrection, the coming of Jesus and all that will not come unless the rebellion comes first. So there's a great rebellion coming. And a man of lawlessness will be revealed, the son of destruction. He's speaking of the Antichrist here. So there's a man of lawlessness going to be revealed. He's going to be a son of destruction, and he's going to oppose and exalt himself against every so-called God and object of worship. I'm losing viewers left and right. Anyway, that's what the Word of God does, but I know you guys didn't come for that, but you need it because that's more important than anything. Anyway, they oppose and exalt himself against every so-called God or object of worship so that he takes his seat in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God. He says, don't you remember when I was still with you? I told you these things. And you know what is restraining the man of lawlessness now so that he will be revealed in his time. So he's talking about a time that he will be revealed. And during that time, he says, before that time, he's being restrained. So moving on, verse 7. For the mystery of lawlessness is already at work. Only he who now restrains it will do so until he's out of the way. So there's a restrainer happening. And when that restrainer stops restraining, you can see that in Revelation chapter 20, by the way, when he's out of the way, then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will kill with the breath of his mouth and bring to nothing by the appearance of his coming. So when he comes, he's going to be a lawless one, but Jesus will take care of it. But look what he says, and this is what I wanted to show you. Verse 9, the coming of the lawless one is by the activity of Satan with all power and false signs and wonders. There's a great deception coming that you guys need to realize is on the way. Okay, this is the lawless one will be revealed. He's going to exalt himself over and against every so-called God or object of worship. So he takes a seat in the temple of God, proclaiming himself to be God. He's going to claim to be God. He's going to claim to be our creator. And he's going to do signs, have power and false signs and wonders so that it's going to be crazy deceptive. Okay, it's by the activity of Satan with false signs and wonders. And look what he says, and with all wicked deception for those who are perishing. In other words, if you're one who has rejected Jesus Christ and has rejected the message of Christ, when the lawless one comes, you will be sealed in that rejection and you will believe the lie that comes. But I'm telling you beforehand so you don't have to believe it. Because when he comes, it'll be with all wicked deception for those who are perishing, because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. Listen, don't refuse to love the truth, guys. There's a deception coming and we're living in it. What do you think crypto means? It means hidden. It's the beginning. I think we're in the beginning days of this coming of the lawless one. I think we're going to see the coming of the lawless one in the near future, in the next decade, maybe sooner, maybe a lot sooner. I don't know. But we're seeing things happening and setting up for this beast system. But look what he says. That deception is going to be God sent, because God will send them a strong delusion so that they will believe what is false. Because in order that they all may be condemned who did not believe the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness. This is the biggest black swan you'll ever see. Anyway, guys, there's a great deception coming, and I've warned you about it, and I love you. That's why I shared it with you, not to bring condemnation for condemnation's sake, but to point you to the truth, because we live in an age of deception, and that's really what I'm about. So I just wanted to point that to you. I want you to see it. You can read it, 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and 2. If you want to read what Jesus says about it, it's Matthew 24 and 25. Okay? All right, guys. Hope that was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed that part of it. If you want more Bible teaching from me, I do it on a different channel. It's called Show Us Christ. Let's see if I can pull it up here. And I'll get you a link if any of you are interested. Let's see. View my channel. View your channel. There it is right there. Boom. You copy that sucker there. There's the channel. And there's a link to it if anybody wants to go subscribe. Go do it. I got 96 subscribers. If 4 of you subscribe, I'll have 100. That'd be really cool to watch in real time. It'd be fun. So, yeah, do it. All right. So, yeah, we got some dumpage happening here on crypto. Let's take a peek of it. Again, I'm not convinced we're going down forever, but, yeah, we are getting a bit of a dump. I like this as a 3-wave shape here, guys. I really do. So I'm looking at this 2 ways. I want to see this as 3 waves. Okay. We got a beautiful 3-wave shape here. We're coming into an area of real interest here. Right there. Beautiful. Or we could take the low out. Either way, I see a potential for an upward move from both of those areas. Now, this could come deeper as well. And it could also just continue straight down. Do I think it's going to continue straight down? I don't think so, but it totally could. It totally could. It doesn't have to go up and hit these upper targets, but it could also do that as well. So this is the fake out I'm referring to. I don't know that it's coming, but I think it's very viable. Hey, Mr. Fairhill, good to see you, man. Hope you enjoyed that. Hey, I got 2 subscribers just in the last minute. Hey, I 2 more. Who wants to be the 100th subscriber? Who wants to do it? Anybody? Don't subscribe if you're not interested, because it'll confuse the algorithm. Really will. But only subscribe if you want to hear good solid Bible teaching straight from the Word of God. All right. All right, guys. Man, I enjoyed being with you. I hope that was a nice change of pace for some of you. Here we go, up or down. But I'm kind of thinking we get a bounce. This is a little fake out to the downside. We get a bounce to the upside, maybe even a scare tactic to the upside here, a revisit of the highs even, and could even take out the high. Depends. So I'm kind of looking for a potential upward move. So watch out. Let's see what happens in this area. Thanks again for being with me. I really enjoyed being with you. You guys are my community and my people. I enjoy hanging out with you. And I hope some of the words spoken tonight maybe touch your heart and maybe impact you in some way, warn you about what the days that you're living in. Don't get caught like the people living in the days of Noah, who were marrying and giving in marriage until Noah entered the ark and the flood came and took them away in a moment. Jesus warned that as in the days of Noah, it will be that way in the last days as well. People will just be living life, doing their thing. But it'll come like a thief in the night when you don't expect it. But you've been warned in advance, and I tell you, I love you. I tell you because I love you, not because I'm trying to peddle something. The Bible tells the future. It's one of the reasons I know the Bible's true. So be careful, guys. Be warned. And we'll talk to you again. If any of you have questions, or you're part of my Discord and you want to know more, or you need more information about what I just shared, I'd be glad to share it in the Discord. Come on, join the Discord. Be part of it. It's a great group. Love to see you there. Till then, we'll see you tomorrow, or next week, I should say. Bye-bye.